Rockeyez would like to welcome Ritchie Scarlet, the Emperor of Rock and Roll. Hey, man, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, Brian, how you doing? Rockeyez.
Cool.
I'm doing real good.
Good. We first met real early, I guess, would be Terry Fantino. And, that was an amazing time. We had lunch in the city. We hung around for a while, became good friends, went in the studio. And then we lost touch. I guess, I had a family, and you went out to rock and roll and superstardom with, like Mountain, Fraley, everybody else. I mean, you must be blessed,
Well, geez, that's like 3 lifetimes ago, actually, if I remember meeting you, and it's been an incredible journey. I can tell you that. Absolutely incredible journey. Cool. And God's been very good to me. So I'm still here and still absolutely consumed with rock and roll, I guess you could call it.
And you just put out a release last year, I Plead the Fifth, and that's doing very well. You worked with Bumblefoot for a little while. You do the chiller shows. I mean, what time do you have to rest?
Well, that's a great question, because I never really know how to rest. I just try to keep as busy and as creative as possible. I think that's what's pulled me along, this far. And 2012 was a great year. I got to play on a #1 record by a guy named Charlie Gracie, who's a rockabilly legend. I did all the guitars on his record called Baby Doll, and it went to #1, which was exciting. And I don't know, I just jumped around. I did Dee Snider's latest video, Mac the Knife, and I just did Chubby Checker's latest single, who a lot of people in the Rockeyez land might not have ever heard of, but of course he did the twist and was a very big part of American pop culture in the 60s. So, and I just produced Greg Wood's new CD, and I'm producing a CD now by a guy named Louis Spagnola. And but the main thing is my new CD, I Plead the Fifth, and it's came out just at the end of the year, but it's really going to be really being pushed starting this year, 2013, and the reviews that are coming in for it are wonderful, and it's just something that I feel very good about, and I'm very proud of.
Cool.
So, and there's a lot of great talent on it, including your buddy John Regan.
Cool.
Who I hadn't recorded with in many years. So John Regan came aboard, and Louis Spagnola did guest guitar. He's one of the great guitarists in New York State, who's kind of up and coming. And I had great horns. I had Jonathan Walsh on trumpet, and Arno Heck, who's played with the Rolling Stones and Dion, and just about everybody under the sun, plays sax. And who else is on the record? Bumblefoot from Guns N' Roses does a guest appearance, and Des Cadena from the Misfits, the guitarist also from Black Flag. So I had a lot of guests come in, and Russell Wilson did all the drums, and Joey Mollard from the legendary band Badfinger also did backup vocals, and Sal Sokola from one of New York's great bands, Sweet Cyanide, also helped a lot on the vocals, and the production was done by Tarek Solangi, who is one of the great producers in rock and roll today, absolutely, hands down.
And people could get that at your official website, right?
That could be picked up at the website, yes. And starting next week, it'll be all on iTunes and being you could download it. And if you don't like the record, it makes a great coaster with Frisbee, But so that's something that your fans can think about. And the photo, the front cover shot, was shot by a guy named Len DeLessio, who was definitely one of rock and roll's premier photographers. Back in the 70s, he did Kiss and Alice Cooper and a lot of soul people like Stevie Wonder and Chaka Khan. And so to get him to shoot the cover was a thrill.
Wow.
And so all these people and everybody involved, and I think these are some of the stronger songs I've written lately, all ended up becoming I Plead the Fifth. Cool. Because Brian, I'm always guilty, man. so that's my way out of it, man.
Cool. Can you pinpoint a precise time or era in your life in music that really exploded for you? Was your favorite time in music? I mean, you go back pretty far, so I was just wondering if there's something you really stands out in your mind.
Geez, there's so many, but there's things that stand out are like the Bad Boys tour with Peter Criss and Ace Frehley. That was just incredible time, and touring all over the world with Sebastian Bach nonstop for almost 3 years, including Japan and Korea and just about every city and all over the world. That was a lot of crazy times, and I don't know, just a lot of the touring, all the touring I did with Mountain in Europe, and getting to meet a lot of people and getting to work with a lot of people that I grew up with as being a fan of. So, including the guys from Alice Cooper, I did a lot of work with the original lineup, and I still work with Dennis Dunaway on and off, the original bass player. And I had a CD with him called The Fifth Avenue Vampires a while back, and I got to see him get elected into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So, it's been one wild, long journey, since I was a kid, really.
Right.
And it just continues.
Wow.
I'm not looking forward to getting off the bus at any point. I've just been very, very fortunate to be able to just live the life that I've lived and work with so many great musicians. The great drummers that I've worked with, like Carmine Appice and Anton Fig and Sandy Gennaro, and the list goes on, and it's just it's just a beautiful thing, man. So to pick one, I don't know, but touring, a lot of great touring memories,
Cool.
and getting to record with a lot of great people are all big parts of my things that I hold dearly.
Right. Now, when you toured with Sebastian Bach and you did all them Korea and everything else, what does Ritchie Scarlet ask for on the tour rider when you're out there?
Let me think. That tour, well, definitely a bottle of Crown Royal. Dimebag Darrell, when he was alive, bless his soul, we went out with Pantera, and I would drink Jack Daniels, and he'd turn me on to Crown Royal. So that was, whenever I do drink it, I always think of Dimebag and
Cool.
give him a toast. And just lots of candy, man.
Yeah.
Lots of chocolate. I live on chocolate, cigarettes, liquor. If I eat anything healthy, I get sick. If my body breaks down. So a lot of chocolate, a lot of sweets.
Right.
And stuff like that, man,
Right.
I've never been asked that question. It's a very original question, by the way.
Thanks. I like, a lot of people don't ask things they ask the basics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's the stuff that people never ask is what people want to hear,
Yeah.
So it's it's a lot of fun for me actually to hear what people actually do want, So when this, you said 2013, I Plead the Fifth, really takes off. What happens after that?
Well, I start doing dates starting February in New York City at a great new venue called the Cutting Room, which has been there in the city for quite a while, but they relocated and recently reopened on 32nd Street, I believe it is. It's a gorgeous room. So I believe on the 22nd of February, or the 16th, the tour starts in Poughkeepsie, New York at the Chance, and then it goes to the Cutting Room, and then other dates are being filled in Philadelphia and Delaware, and mostly the Northeast, where I'll be pushing this record. And I'll be busy producing. Like I said, I'm doing Louis Spagnola's new record, and a guy named Eric D., another guitarist, songwriter. I'm also producing Des Cadena from the Misfits, his solo CD. So between playing out live and producing, and it's definitely at least the first part of the year is already pretty well booked up.
Cool. Now, you recently, last year, you were on stage again with Ace. What was that feeling like?
Oh, it was incredible. It was just an incredible evening, and Anton Fig and myself just walking out onto his stage, and I don't know, it's just something that's very magical. I don't particularly enjoy playing with other guitar players. I never really did very much, but I always loved playing with Ace Frehley, and there's definitely a bond there. And just from the second that we started to play, riff back and forth, it was just a wonderful feeling. It was incredible. And I just talked to Ace, a couple of weeks ago, and Peter Criss called me for New Year's Eve, and that's another record I had done quite a while ago, years ago. I don't know when it's ever going to come out, but my Kiss connection is something that I'm proud of, because I represent the rebels of Kiss.
Right. Yes.
And I've always been a rebel my whole life, and I associated with the two rebels of Kiss, and I'm very proud of that, Peter Criss and Ace Frehley. So to get up and play with them that night was definitely a rush, and it was, it was just wonderful.
Right. Is there any possibility of more shows with Ace?
Well, there was talk about a reunion. I look at it like, if it happens, I'm not holding my breath on it or anything, but it was, it's all for the future to see what happens.
Cool.
I know John Regan has talked about it, and with Ace, so I really can't really comment more than that, other than if it happens, that would be, just an extra amount of fun. It's all about having fun, man. Everything to me is about having fun, and certainly playing with Ace Frehley was always fun, and Ace was the one that opened all the doors for me, really, in so many ways, and I was just, it was just to go out and play with it again after all those years. It definitely was an exciting evening, that's for sure.
Cool. How did the name Emperor of Rock and Roll come about?
I guess, Ace, named me that.
Oh, yeah?
Because he loved Elvis Presley, and, Elvis was the king, and so one day he just said, you're the fucking emperor, Elvis is dead. He was the king, and, it started as a joke, and it's kind of like the way your internet show took off, it just took off.
Right.
I really, it's uncanny how that name just got so popular, and to this day, I get letters and emails from Brazil or Argentina or wherever, and they'll always say the Emperor, the Emperor, the Emperor.
Yeah.
And Sebastian Bach kept that name going a lot, and it's just that's something that I don't take seriously, but it's kind of cool to have.
That's what I thought. It was a cool name.
It's cool to have like I don't know what you call it, a monarch or whatever,
right.
The symbol of, and and have the whole, world respond to it. And but I still,
it's cool.
I still look at it. It's kind of a joke. It's funny to me, but at the same time, I appreciate having some kind of a tag like that. It's better than be called the jerk off of rock and roll. So I'll take the Emperor any day.
Here he comes.
But I do believe Ace gave me that name like years ago, just kind of like in a light way, a joking way, and it caught on like wildfire. And here I am today in 2013, the Emperor of rock and roll.
That's a great name. I love it. I love that name.
Yeah, cool.
So like you also do the Chiller shows. How's
yeah, I love the Chiller shows, and I was. A guy named Jeff Jatras, who passed away last year, was the one that really hooked me up with a guy named Kevin Clement that puts that show on, and I think it was their 20th year this year.
Wow. And
it's always just such a blast, and it's grown to such huge proportions. And I get to, this year I got to, or the last one, got to hang out with Keith Emerson and Lita Ford and all kinds of people that do that show, and I'm kind of part of the entertainment, so they have a big party, and I perform at the shows, and I'm a big horror buff. I love all the Universal monster stuff, not the slash stuff of today, but the 40s and 30s of Dracula and the Mummy and the Wolfman and Frankenstein. So it's just a great time. It really is. It's a blast, and they have it twice a year, and I usually do the Halloween weekend one.
Cool.
Even though every night is Halloween for Ritchie Scarlet, but in that case, for Chiller, I do that particular date of Halloween.
Cool. Well, I definitely thank you for, giving me a call tonight, and I hope
I appreciate it, Brian.
Man, we go back a long time, so.
Long time. I'd love to see you one of these times.
Oh, I definitely got to come out. If you
want to come to the cutting room, just call. Give us a call, and I'll make sure that you're in, man.
Sure. Everybody pick up I Plead the Fifth. You can get it on Ritchie Scarlet's website, the official site. And Ritchie, would you like to say anything to your fans before ending?
Well, I'd just like to thank everybody who's ever supported me and supported my music, and it's I appreciate all the support, absolutely, and best to everybody in 2013. A Happy New Year to everyone, and for everyone to just have a fantastic, creative year.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Rich.
Well, thank you, Brian.